You duck behind the Bofors mount a zero streak toward your carrier, tracers stitching the sky like deadly lightning. The captain's voice booms over the intercom. All gun crews, full barrage. You slam fresh rounds into the feed mechanism with hands that shake only slightly from adrenaline. The twin 40mm barrels bark in perfect unison, sending a curtain of high explosive projectiles blooming ahead of the attacking formation. One bomber shudders mid-flight, then tumbles earthward in a brilliant spray of fire and twisted metal. Another breaks off desperately, trailing thick black smoke from its punctured engine. The date is October 25, 1944. You're stationed aboard USS White Plains, one of the escort carriers of Taffy 3, and you're about to witness the most desperate naval battle in American history. For the past 3 days, the largest naval engagement ever fought has been raging across the Philippine waters of Leyte Gulf. What started as a complex Japanese counterattack to destroy the American landing forces has become a death struggle that will determine the fate of the entire Pacific War. But right now, none of that grand strategy matters. All that exists is your gun, your crew, and the enemy aircraft diving toward your ship with murderous intent. 3 days earlier, on October 23rd, the first shots of this massive battle had been fired not by aircraft or battleship guns, but by the silent predators lurking beneath the waves. USS Darter and USS Dace, two American submarines patrolling the Palawan Passage west of the Philippines, had detected something extraordinary through their periscopes. A massive Japanese fleet steaming directly toward Leyte Gulf. Vice Admiral Kurita Center Force was an imposing sight, 5 battleships including the mighty Yamato and Musashi 12 cruisers and 15 destroyers. This was the main punch of Admiral Soimu Toyoda's Operation Shogo, Japan's last desperate gamble to drive the Americans from Philippine waters and preserve their dwindling empire. Darter's torpedoes had struck first, sending the heavy cruiser Otago to the bottom with Admiral Kurita himself barely escaping the sinking flagship. Minutes later, Dace had torpedoed the cruiser Maya, which exploded in a spectacular fireball visible for miles. A third cruiser, Takao, had been crippled and forced to limp back to port. The battle had begun. Admiral William F. Halsey, Jr., commanding the powerful Third Fleet, received word of the submarine attack with grim satisfaction. His intelligence officers had partially decoded Japanese plans, revealing a complex 3-pronged assault designed to converge on Leyte Gulf from different directions. Kurita's Center Force was the main striking power, approaching through San Bernardino Strait. Vice Admiral Shoji Nishimura's Southern Force would steam through Surigao Strait. Most cunning of all, Vice Admiral Hisaburo Ozawa's Northern Force, built around Japan's 4 remaining aircraft carriers, would approach from the north as bait, hoping to draw Halsey's powerful fast carriers away from the invasion beaches. The Japanese plan was audacious and well-conceived. It was also about to collide with the most effective naval fighting force in history. October 24th dawned gray and ominous over the Sibuyan Sea. Aboard the fleet carrier USS Intrepid, pilots of Air Group 18 were already strapping themselves into their F-6F Hellcats and SB-2C Helldivers. The previous night's submarine reports had given them a target that made every aviator's pulse quicken: the Japanese Center Force, including the largest battleship ever built. Lieutenant Commander William Ellis, leading a strike of 36 aircraft, spotted Kurita's formation shortly after 0800 hours. What he saw through his bomb sight made him reach for his radio with steady hands despite the magnitude of the moment. This is Devil Leader to all Devil flights. Target is a large enemy task force including what appears to be the Yamato. I repeat, we have the Yamato in sight. All aircraft prepare for attack runs. The American strike groups fell upon the Japanese fleet like avenging hawks. Wave after wave of Helldivers screamed down through the flak, their 1,000-pound bombs aimed at the pride of the Imperial Japanese Navy. The massive battleship Musashi, sister ship to Yamato, became the focus of repeated attacks. Aboard Musashi, Rear Admiral Toshihira Inoguchi watched the American planes diving through his ship's defensive fire with growing alarm. The 40mm Bofors guns on the American carriers were becoming legendary among Japanese pilots for their devastating effectiveness, but his own anti-aircraft weapons were proving insufficient against the coordinated American assault. The first bomb struck Musashi's forward turret, sending a shockwave through the massive ship. More followed. Torpedoes from low-flying Avengers began tearing holes in her hull below the waterline. By noon, the 64,000-ton battleship was listing heavily, her speed reduced to barely 12 knots. "She's taking on too much water," reported the damage control officer to Admiral Inoguchi. "We cannot stop the flooding." As the day progressed, American airstrikes continued to hammer the Japanese formation. 5 separate attacks totaling over 250 aircraft focused their fury on Kurita's ships. By 1500 hours, Musashi was clearly doomed. The great battleship that was supposed to be unsinkable was settling by the bow, her forward deck already awash. Admiral Inoguchi made his final decision as commander of the dying ship. Rather than abandon his post, he chose to go down with Musashi, a decision that would be repeated by countless Japanese officers in the battles to come. At 1935 hours on October 24th, the second-largest battleship ever built rolled over and sank, taking with her over 1,000 men, including her admiral. Admiral Kurita, his force bloodied and reduced, made the painful decision to temporarily withdraw westward. American pilots reported the Japanese retreat, and across the task force, men began to believe the main threat had been turned back. They were wrong. While Kurita's battered center force limped away from the Sibian Sea, another Japanese force was approaching Leyte Gulf through the narrow waters of Surigao Strait. Vice Admiral Nishimura's southern force consisted of 2 battleships, 1 heavy cruiser, and 4 destroyers. A powerful formation, but one about to sail into the most perfectly executed naval ambush in American history. Rear Admiral Jesse Oldendorf commanded the American force waiting in Surigao Strait. 6 old battleships, 8 cruisers, and 28 destroyers. Most of these battleships had been damaged or sunk at Pearl Harbor and rebuilt with a burning desire for revenge. Now, they would have their chance. The tactical situation was a naval historian's dream. Nishimura's ships would have to traverse the narrow strait in single file, while Oldendorf's battleships waited in line formation across the strait's mouth, the classic crossing the T maneuver that every naval officer studied but few ever had the chance to execute. At 0300 hours on October 25th, American PT boats made the first contact, racing through the darkness to launch torpedoes at the approaching Japanese column. Few hits were scored, but the Japanese now knew they were expected. The destroyer attack came next. USS Melvin, McDermott, and their sisters charged through the darkness like steel wolves, their torpedo tubes trained on the enemy battleships. The water turned white as dozens of torpedoes streaked toward their targets. The battleship Fuso took multiple torpedo hits and broke in half, both sections continuing to burn and fight separately in a display of Japanese determination that awed even their enemies. The destroyer Michishio exploded and sank immediately. Nishimura's flagship, the battleship Yamashiro, pressed on despite damage, her admiral determined to reach the American landing beaches. Then Oldendorf's battleships opened fire. Sailors aboard USS West Virginia would later describe the moment as both beautiful and terrible. The night sky erupted in sheets of orange flame as 6 battleships and 8 cruisers fired in unison. 16-inch shells, each weighing as much as a small automobile, shrieked through the darkness at the Japanese formation. Yamashiro lasted only minutes under the concentrated bombardment. Admiral Nishimura went down with his ship, joining the thousands of Japanese sailors who would die in Surigao Strait that night. By dawn, the southern force had been completely annihilated. But the real test was yet to come. Admiral Halsey faced one of the most difficult decisions of his career as reports poured into his flagship on the evening of October 24th. Kurita Center Force appeared to be in retreat after the savage air attacks in the Sibian Sea. Nishimura's southern force was steaming toward destruction in Surigao Strait. But now his scout planes had located Ozawa's northern force, 4 Japanese aircraft carriers approaching from the north. For a carrier admiral like Halsey, the enemy carriers represented the primary threat and the most valuable targets. Carriers could strike at long range. Carriers could launch devastating attacks against his own ships. The fact that these Japanese carriers appeared to have few aircraft aboard was less important than their symbolic and strategic value. Halsey made his choice, taking his powerful task force 38, 9 fleet carriers, 8 light carriers, 6 battleships, and dozens of cruisers and destroyers. He steamed north in pursuit of Ozawa's carriers. It was exactly what the Japanese wanted. Admiral Ozawa's carriers were indeed bait, their decks nearly empty of aircraft. The Japanese had sacrificed their remaining carrier aviation to the land-based fighting over Formosa and the Philippines. Ozawa's mission was to draw Halsey away from San Bernardino Strait, leaving the door open for Kurita Center Force to slip through and fall upon the vulnerable American landing ships at Leyte Gulf. As Halsey's massive fleet steamed north through the night, Admiral Kurita was reversing course. His battleships and cruisers, having rested and reorganized, were heading back towards San Bernardino Strait under cover of darkness. By dawn on October 25th, they would be through the strait and bearing down on what they expected to be defenseless American transports and landing craft. What they found instead would become one of the most remarkable David and Goliath stories in naval history. You're awakened at 0500 hours by the sound of General Quarters alarm echoing through USS White Plains. As you stumble toward your battle station at the starboard 40mm Bofors gun mount, the ship's speakers crackle with the voice of the officer of the deck. All hands, this is not a drill. Radar has detected a large surface contact approaching from the northwest. All gun crews to battle stations immediately. White Plains is one of 6 escort carriers in Rear Admiral Clifton Sprague's Task Unit 77.4. 3, known by the call sign Taffy 3. Unlike Halsey's powerful fleet carriers with their complement of 80 to 100 aircraft each, your ship carries only 28 planes, a mix of F-4F Wildcats and TBM Avengers designed mainly for ground support and anti-submarine patrols. Your escort carrier group was never meant to fight a surface battle. Your job is to provide air support for the troops ashore and guard against submarines. The 6 small carriers are protected by just 3 destroyers and 4 destroyer escorts, tin cans, whose primary armament consists of single 5-inch guns. As you reach your gun position and begin the familiar ritual of checking ammunition and elevation mechanisms, you can see the other ships of Taffy 3 in the growing dawn light. USS St Lo, Callanan Bay, Fanshawe Bay, Kitkin Bay, and Gambier Bay are all similar escort carriers, built on merchant ship hulls and designed for economy rather than combat. The destroyers USS Hull, Herman, and Johnston look pitifully small in comparison to what you're about to face, though you don't know that yet. The destroyer escorts Roberts, Dennis, Butler, and Raymond are even smaller, ships that would normally run from any serious surface threat. Your gun crew chief, a grizzled petty officer who survived Pearl Harbor, checks the ready ammunition one final time. Don't know what's coming, boys, but make every round count. These Bofors guns have saved more American lives than any other weapon in the fleet. Today might be our turn to prove it. At 0630 hours, the lookouts in White Plains Crow's Nest spot something that makes them rub their eyes in disbelief. Mast tops are visible on the northwestern horizon, not 1 or 2, but many. As the minutes pass and the range closes, the truth becomes horrifyingly clear. It's Kurita Center Force. 4 battleships including the massive Yamato, 6 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 11 destroyers. The most powerful surface force remaining to the Imperial Japanese Navy is bearing down on your small escort carrier group at flank speed. Admiral Sprague's first radio transmission captures the moment perfectly. Enemy surface force of 4 battleships, 7 cruisers, and 11 destroyers sighted 20 miles northwest of our position. Request immediate assistance. There is no immediate assistance available. Halsey's powerful Third Fleet is 300 miles to the north, pursuing Ozawa's decoy carriers. The old battleships that destroyed Nishimura in Surigao Strait are too far south and low on ammunition. Taffy 3 is on its own. Admiral Kurita can hardly believe his good fortune as his lookouts report the American formation ahead. Instead of the powerful fleet carriers and battleships he expected to find, his scouts have located exactly the type of target Operation Shogo was designed to destroy: escort carriers and their thin-skinned screening vessels. Aboard the battleship Yamato, Kurita issues orders for a general attack. His ships spread into battle formation, their massive guns training on the fleeing American carriers. The range is still too great for accurate fire, but it's closing rapidly. Yamato's 18.1-inch guns, the largest naval rifles ever mounted on a warship, fire the first salvo at 0659 hours. The shells weigh 3,200 pounds each and can penetrate over 2 feet of steel armor. Against escort carriers with maximum armor thickness of just 2.5 inches, they are devastating overkill. The first salvo falls short, sending up towering columns of seawater. Aboard White Plains, you feel the ship heeling into a sharp turn as Admiral Sprague orders all ships to flee eastward at maximum speed while launching every available aircraft. Your escort carrier can make barely 18 knots in calm seas. Kurita's battleships can do 27 knots. Simple mathematics shows that within 2 hours, the Japanese will be close enough to blast your ships to pieces with impunity. But Admiral Sprague doesn't intend to simply run. Even as his carriers flee, he's launching the most desperate air attack in naval history. Planes with whatever ordnance they happen to have loaded, flown by pilots who know they're facing impossible odds. More importantly, he's ordering his destroyers to attack. USS Johnston, commanded by Commander Ernest Evans, receives the order to attack the enemy and doesn't hesitate. The 2,100-ton destroyer turns directly toward Kurita's battle line. 4 battleships and 6 cruisers totaling over 200,000 tons of warship. It's like a terrier attacking a pack of wolves, but Commander Evans has no intention of backing down. From your gun position on White Plains, you watch in awe as Johnston races toward the enemy formation, her single 5-inch gun firing as fast as the crew can load. The destroyer disappears behind smoke screens and shell splashes, but you can still see the flashes of her gun and the wakes of her torpedoes as she presses her attack. Johnston's torpedoes find their mark. The heavy cruiser Kumano takes a devastating hit that floods her forward engine room and reduces her speed to 14 knots. More importantly, the sight of American destroyers charging their battle line unnerves the Japanese commanders. Instead of maintaining formation and concentrating fire on the fleeing carriers, Kurita's ships begin turning to avoid torpedo attacks. USS Hull and USS Herman follow Johnston into the attack, their crews knowing they're sailing into the teeth of the enemy formation. Even the tiny destroyer escorts join the charge. USS Samuel B. Roberts, displacing only 1,350 tons, engages the Japanese heavy cruiser Chikuma in a gun duel that would have been laughable if not for the incredible courage involved. As the surface action rages, your attention is drawn skyward by the growing roar of aircraft engines. The first American planes are returning from their initial attacks on the Japanese fleet, and now they're being joined by aircraft from other escort carrier groups who have responded to Sprague's desperate calls for help. But the Japanese are launching their own air attacks. Kurita's ships carry float planes for reconnaissance, but more dangerously, land-based aircraft from the Philippines are joining the battle. As you scan the sky through your gun sight, you spot them first as small dots against the gray morning clouds. Aircraft bearing 270, Angels 15, calls the lookout. Friendlies and bandits mixed. This is the moment when your training takes over. The 40mm Bofors gun you're serving is one of the most effective anti-aircraft weapons ever created. Originally designed by the Swedish company Bofors before the war, it has been manufactured in the thousands by American industry and mounted on virtually every U.S. Navy ship. The gun fires a 40mm high-explosive shell at a rate of 120 rounds per minute. Each round weighs just under 2 pounds and carries a proximity fuse that detonates when it nears an aircraft. The twin-mount version on your ship can put up a wall of exploding shells that few enemy planes can penetrate. Your gun crew has practiced this routine thousands of times, but today, the targets are real and the stakes couldn't be higher. The gun captain calls out ranges and bearings while you and your loader maintain the steady rhythm of feeding ammunition into the weapon. Bandits inbound, bearing 280, range 8,000 yards in closing. The first wave consists of 6 A6M0 fighters, their distinctive silhouettes unmistakable against the morning sky. They're flying in a loose formation, clearly intending to strafe your carrier's flight deck and kill as many aircraft and crew as possible. Commence firing, orders the gun captain. Your twin 40mm barrels erupt in their familiar staccato rhythm, sending a stream of high explosive shells toward the approaching fighters. All across the ship, other Bofors mounts join in, along with the smaller 20mm Oerlikon guns and 50 caliber machine guns. The sky fills with the black puffs of exploding shells and the bright streams of tracer ammunition. The lead Zero flies straight into your barrage. You see the shells exploding around the fighter's engine cowling, then watch as pieces of the aircraft's wing begin falling away. The pilot tries to pull up, but his damaged plane responds sluggishly. More shells find their mark, and suddenly the Zero erupts in flame. The burning fighter cartwheels past your ship, its pilot probably already dead. But there are 5 more behind it, and they're spreading out to avoid the concentrated anti-aircraft fire. "Target right, bearing 290, calls the gun captain. You traverse the mount to follow another Zero that's diving toward the stern of your ship. This pilot is more experienced, jinking left and right to throw off your aim. But the Bofors gun has one tremendous advantage: rate of fire. Even if individual shells miss, the sheer volume of projectiles makes escape almost impossible. Your stream of fire catches the Zero just as it pulls out of its dive. The high explosive shells tear through the fighter's thin aluminum skin, and you see the pilot slump forward in his cockpit. The plane continues straight ahead, no longer under control, until it crashes into the sea 500 yards off your starboard beam. The air attack is just the beginning. While you've been engaging the Japanese fighters, the surface battle has continued to rage. Through breaks in the smoke and spray, you can see that USS Johnston is still fighting despite taking dozens of hits from Japanese cruisers. Her superstructure is a twisted ruin, but her guns continue to fire. USS Hull has taken critical damage and is listing heavily to port. The destroyer's forward gun mount has been destroyed, but her crew continues to man the remaining weapons. Commander Lee Kindberger keeps his ship in the fight, even as she settles lower in the water. Most heartbreaking of all, you can see that USS Gambier Bay has taken multiple hits from Japanese heavy cruiser guns. The escort carrier is on fire and falling behind the formation. At 0907 hours, she'll become the only American aircraft carrier sunk by enemy surface gunfire during World War II. But the Japanese are paying a price for their attacks. American aircraft have been swarming over Kurita's formation for over 2 hours, making strafing runs and torpedo attacks with whatever ordnance they can find. Many planes are armed only with anti-personnel bombs intended for ground support, but desperate pilots are using them against cruisers and destroyers with surprising effect. More importantly, the confused surface action has scattered Kurita's formation. Instead of maintaining a coordinated attack on the American carriers, his ships are spread across miles of ocean, each captain fighting his own battle. The heavy cruiser Suzuya has been damaged by air attack and forced to reduce speed. Chikuma is burning from repeated bomb hits. Your own ship has taken several near misses from Japanese battleship guns. The massive shells create waterspouts that drench the flight deck and shake the entire ship. But White Plains remains operational, her aircraft continuing to launch and recover despite the chaos around her. At 0850 hours, a new threat appears. The lookouts report torpedo wakes approaching from port. A Japanese submarine has managed to penetrate the screen and launch a spread of torpedoes at the carrier formation. "All hands brace for impact," comes the announcement over the ship speakers. You grab the nearest handhold and watch the white wakes racing toward your ship. The torpedoes pass just astern, close enough that you can see their propellers churning the water. One of them runs directly under USS Kitkin Bay without exploding, a dud that saves hundreds of American lives. By 0900 hours, something remarkable is happening. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned by a factor of 4 to 1, the American escort carriers and destroyers are holding their own. More than that, they're winning. Admiral Kurita, watching the battle from Yamato's bridge, is beginning to have serious doubts about his situation. His formation is scattered and under constant air attack. 2 of his heavy cruisers have been damaged and forced to fall behind. Most disturbing of all, the ferocity of American resistance suggests that this is not the helpless convoy he expected to find. The Americans are fighting with a desperation and skill that makes Kurita wonder if powerful reinforcements are nearby. His radio operators are picking up numerous American transmissions calling for help, and he knows that Admiral Halsey's Third Fleet is somewhere in the area. The longer he remains engaged with these escort carriers, the more likely it becomes that American battleships will appear on the horizon. At 0911 hours, Kurita makes a decision that will be debated by historians for decades. Despite having the American carriers within gun range and clearly winning the surface battle, he orders his ships to break off the attack and withdraw to the north. From your gun position on White Plains, you watch in amazement as the Japanese battleships and cruisers turn away from the fight. The massive Yamato, which has been the focus of so much fear and attention, disappears beyond the northern horizon. The immediate surface threat is over, but the air battles continue. As Admiral Kurita's ships withdraw, a new and more sinister threat is approaching from the west. The Japanese High Command has authorized the first official kamikaze attacks of the war, and Vice Admiral Takejiro Onishi's special attack units are about to make their debut against the American escort carriers. The concept of deliberate suicide attacks is not new to Japanese military culture, but the organized kamikaze campaign represents something unprecedented in naval warfare. Young pilots, many with minimal training, volunteer to load their aircraft with explosives and dive them directly into American ships. At 10:40 hours, your lookouts spot them first, a formation of 6A6M0 fighters approaching from the southwest. But these planes are flying differently from conventional fighters. They're in a tight formation, heading directly for the carrier formation without any attempt at evasive maneuvers. Kamikaze attack incoming, broadcasts the air defense controller. All gun crews engage targets of opportunity. This is what your 40mm Bofors gun was designed for. The kamikaze attacks represent the ultimate test of American anti-aircraft defenses. Unlike conventional attack aircraft that try to drop bombs or torpedoes and escape, these planes are committed to pressing their attacks regardless of damage. The only way to stop them is to destroy them completely before they reach their targets. The first Zero selects USS St Lo as its target. You watch through your gun sight as a Japanese pilot puts his fighter into a shallow dive aimed at the carrier's flight deck. Every anti-aircraft gun in the formation opens fire simultaneously. Your twin 40mm barrels bark their familiar rhythm, sending high explosive shells toward the diving fighter. All around the formation, other Bofors mounts join in the barrage. The sky fills with black smoke puffs and streaking tracers as hundreds of shells converge on the attacking aircraft. The Zero takes multiple hits. You can see pieces of its wing and fuselage falling away as your shells find their mark. But the pilot maintains his dive, his aircraft trailing fire and smoke as it approaches St. Lo's flight deck. At the last possible moment, the damaged fighter wavers slightly in its dive. Instead of hitting the flight deck squarely, it crashes into St. Lo's port catwalk and slides across the deck in a ball of flame. For a moment, it seems like the carrier has escaped serious damage. Then the explosion comes. The Zero's bomb, or perhaps aviation fuel-igniting torpedoes stored on the hangar deck, creates a massive fireball that erupts through St. Lo's flight deck. The escort carrier shudders under the impact, then begins listing to starboard as fires rage through her interior. You're forced to turn your attention to other targets as more kamikaze aircraft begin their attacks. A second Zero has selected your own ship as its target, and you can see the pilot's goggled face as he puts his aircraft into its final dive. Target bearing 090, range 3,000 yards and closing fast, calls your gun captain. This is the moment when months of training pay off. You and your loader work with mechanical precision, feeding shells into the Bofors gun as fast as the mechanism can handle them. The twin barrels pivot smoothly to track the diving fighter, their shells creating a wall of exploding steel directly in the Kamikaze's path. The Zero flies into your barrage at 200 miles per hour. The first shells tear through its engine cowling, sending coolant and oil streaming back over the canopy. More hits follow in rapid succession. Wings, fuselage, propeller spinner all take punishment from your high explosive rounds. But still, the fighter comes on. At 1,000 yards range, your shells finally find something vital. The Zero's engine seizes, and the propeller stops turning. The aircraft wavers in its dive, then rolls inverted and crashes into the sea just 50 yards off White Plains' starboard side. The explosion sends a column of water and debris high into the air. Fragments of the Japanese fighter rain down on your gun position, including a piece of the pilot's seat that lands just feet from your ammunition-ready box. By 11:30 hours, the Kamikaze attacks have ended. Of the 6 attacking aircraft, your guns and those of the other ships have shot down 5. But the one that got through has mortally wounded USS St Lo. You watch helplessly as the escort carrier's crew fights to save their ship. Damage control parties pour water on the spreading fires while the ship's pumps struggle to keep up with flooding from multiple hull breaches. But the internal explosions have caused too much damage. At 11:25 hours, St Lo's captain gives the order to abandon ship. You can see sailors jumping from the carrier's deck into the oil-covered water, where destroyers and destroyer escorts are moving in to pick up survivors. At 11:25 hours, she rolls over and sinks, taking 113 men with her. The sight brings home the cost of this morning's victory. Yes, you've survived. Yes, you've driven off the most powerful Japanese surface force remaining in the Pacific. But American sailors have died, and ships have been lost. USS Johnston finally succumbs to her damage at 10:10 hours, her colors still flying as she disappears beneath the waves. Commander Ernest Evans goes down with his ship, awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously for leading the destroyer charge that helped save the escort carriers. USS Hull sinks at 0855 hours after taking over 40 hits from Japanese cruiser guns. USS Samuel B. Roberts, the destroyer escort whose crew fought with such incredible courage, goes down at 1005 hours. But their sacrifice has not been in vain. Admiral Kurita Center Force, despite its overwhelming superiority in firepower, has been turned back. The Japanese admiral will later write that the ferocity of American resistance convinced him that he was facing Halsey's main fleet, not a force of escort carriers and destroyers. The mathematical reality is sobering. Kurita's ships mounted over 400 major caliber guns against Taffy 3's total of 18 5-inch guns. The Japanese had overwhelming superiority in armor, speed, and firepower. By all conventional naval wisdom, the American force should have been annihilated within an hour. Instead, they fought the Japanese to a standstill and forced them to retreat. While you've been fighting for your life off Samar, Admiral Halsey has been engaged in his own battle 300 miles to the north. His pursuit of Admiral Ozawa's decoy carrier force has resulted in exactly what the Japanese intended, drawing the Third Fleet away from Leyte Gulf. But Halsey's pilots have been writing their own chapter in naval aviation history. At dawn on October 25th, as your guns were engaging kamikaze aircraft, American dive bombers and torpedo planes from 9 fleet carriers were falling upon Ozawa's 4 carriers. The Japanese ships, their decks nearly empty of aircraft, put up surprisingly strong anti-aircraft fire. But they could not withstand the coordinated attacks of over 180 American planes. One by one, Ozawa's carriers went down. Zuikaku, the last survivor of the Pearl Harbor attack force, took multiple bomb and torpedo hits before capsizing at 14:14 hours. The light carrier Zuiho sank at 15:26 hours. Kaitos and Chiyoda followed them to the bottom before the day was over. Admiral Ozawa himself narrowly escaped death when his flagship was sunk, transferring his flag to a light cruiser that was also sunk later in the day. By evening on October 25th, the Imperial Japanese Navy's carrier aviation had been completely eliminated. The victory was so complete that American pilots had difficulty finding targets for follow-up attacks. The Japanese combined fleet, which had dominated the Pacific for the first year of the war, no longer existed as an effective fighting force. As evening falls on October 25, 1944, you finally have time to assess what has happened over the past 4 days. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, the largest naval engagement in history, is over, and the United States has won a victory so complete that it will take days for the full implications to become clear. The numbers tell the story. Japan has lost 4 aircraft carriers, 3 battleships, 10 cruisers, and 12 destroyers. Over 10,500 Japanese sailors are dead, including experienced officers and men who cannot be replaced. The Imperial Japanese Navy's ability to conduct defensive operations has been permanently crippled. American losses, while painful, are far lighter. 1 light carrier, 2 escort carriers, 2 destroyers, and 1 destroyer escort have been sunk. Approximately 3,000 American sailors have been killed or wounded. It's a heavy price, but one that pales in comparison to Japanese losses. More importantly, the strategic situation in the Pacific has been fundamentally altered. With the Japanese fleet eliminated as a threat, American forces can now advance against the Japanese home islands without fear of major naval interference. The war has entered its final phase. But for you and your gun crew, the most important fact is simpler. You're alive, your ship is still afloat, and you've helped achieve something that seemed impossible just hours ago. Your 40mm Bofors gun, along with thousands of others throughout the American fleet, has created an aerial fortress that Japanese aircraft could not penetrate. The petty officer who serves as your gun captain puts it best as you secure the weapon for the night. Boys, we just proved something that every Navy man knows but doesn't often get a chance to demonstrate. American sailors, given the tools and the training, can outfight anyone on Earth. In the months that follow the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the full significance of what happened in those Philippine waters becomes clear. Japan's ability to defend its remaining conquests has been shattered. American forces advance inexorably through the Central Pacific, taking Iwo Jima and Okinawa despite desperate resistance. The Kamikaze attacks that made their debut at Leyte Gulf become increasingly common, but American anti-aircraft defenses, led by weapons like your 40mm Bofors gun, adapt to meet the threat. By war's end, Japanese suicide attacks are being destroyed at rates approaching 90%. Admiral Kurita's decision to withdraw his center force remains controversial among Japanese naval officers. Some argue that he came within minutes of achieving a decisive victory that could have prolonged the war. Others maintain that his withdrawal was tactically sound. American resistance had been far fiercer than expected, his formation was scattered, and the longer he remained engaged, the more likely it became that Halsey's powerful Third Fleet would arrive. The truth, as you learned that morning off Samar, is that numbers on paper don't always determine the outcome of battles. The courage of individual sailors, the effectiveness of their weapons, and the quality of their training can overcome seemingly impossible odds. Your 40mm Bofors gun played a crucial role in that victory. Japanese pilots who survived the war would later describe their horror at encountering the wall of exploding shells that American anti-aircraft guns could create. The Bofors in particular became legendary for its accuracy and rate of fire. But weapons are only as effective as the men who operate them. The gunners of Taffy 3, many of them teenagers who had never seen combat before October 25, 1944, proved that American naval training could produce warriors capable of standing against any enemy. As you clean and inspect your gun in the fading light of that historic day, you reflect on what you've witnessed. The largest naval battle in history has been fought and won. The Japanese Empire's last great gamble has failed. The road to Tokyo Bay lies open. But mostly you think about the shipmates who didn't survive to see this victory. The men of USS Johnston, USS Hull, USS Samuel B. Roberts, USS Gambier Bay, and USS St Lo paid the ultimate price to turn back the Japanese fleet. Their sacrifice made possible not just this tactical victory, but the strategic triumph that would follow. In years to come, historians will call the Battle of Leyte Gulf the death blow to Japanese naval power. They will analyze the tactical decisions, debate the strategic implications, and study the technological innovations that made American victory possible. For you, it will always be simpler than that. It was the day when ordinary American sailors, armed with weapons like the 40mm Bofors gun and trained to use them with deadly precision, stood against the largest and most powerful naval force Japan could assemble and won. The twin barrels of your gun mount point silently toward the horizon where the Japanese fleet disappeared hours ago. Tomorrow, there will be more battles, more challenges, more opportunities to prove American naval superiority. But today, October 25, 1944, belongs to history. and you helped right it, one 40mm shell at a time. The sound of aircraft engines draws your attention skyward one final time. American planes are returning from the day's battles, their mission complete. Some show battle damage, bullet holes in wings, smoking engines, shattered canopies. But they're coming home to carriers that are still afloat because gunners like you kept enemy aircraft from reaching their targets. As the first F-6F Hellcat approaches White Plains for landing, you can see the pilot giving a thumbs-up signal to the flight deck crew. It's a small gesture, but one that captures the essence of what happened here today. American technology, American training, and American courage have triumphed over seemingly impossible odds. The Battle of Leyte Gulf is over. The war will continue for 10 more months, but Japan's fate has been sealed in these Philippine waters. Your 40mm Bofors gun, and thousands like it throughout the American fleet, have helped create a victory so complete that the enemy will never again be able to challenge American naval supremacy. For hours, the Bofors crews kept up their staccato rhythm. By dawn, the carrier deck still held and the air groups launched again. The 40mm gunners had helped turn the sky into a fortress and kept the fleet alive. In doing so, they had changed the course of history.